welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole. I'm a 33-year-old cash budgeter in Virginia. I am currently a stay-at-home mom to two littles, and I'm on a journey to become debt-free as well as more financially stable. Today is cash stuffing day. We officially got paid, so we are going to cash stuff for the next 2 weeks of this month. This is technically the last paycheck of November for us, and we're going to be taking care of some bills, some sinking funds, some expenses, and have quite a bit to play with when it comes to our challenges. If you did not watch the video before this, it was the cash planning, paycheck planning video. I was completely just guessing on what my husband's paycheck would be because he had quite a bit of overtime on this paycheck. It is the first paycheck we're seeing where some of the pay period fell over his mandatory overtime that he is being required to work right now. So it ended up being his paycheck was about what I was thinking. I was thinking we would have around $1,500 to cash stuff, which was about right. The total that we have today is 2465, but about 1,000 of that is being put to the side for some bills. So if we take out what we're putting for bills, okay, I did that wrong. There we go. It was $14.95. So my math was pretty spot on when I was guesstimating what we would have for this pay period. So 2,465 is technically what we have sitting here, but like I said, about 1,000 of that is going to be going to bills, so nothing exciting as far as that is. But then we have, like I said, about 1,500 that we are going to be literally sprinkling everywhere for this paycheck. So let's get into it before I get too babbly. Okay, had to do a quick little pause and put my sweatshirt back on because I'm quite cold. My kids are napping, so I always I turn our heat down just a little bit during nap time, just so it's not like making their rooms excruciatingly hot. But I'm downstairs, so I'm cold, and I'm right in front of a window, so it's drafty. Okay, so first we're going to take care of our bills, and for this pay period, what is in here? Got something on my envelopes. For this pay period, we are going to be putting half of our mortgage payment, which is $600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we will pull that back out next pay period. Utilities is getting $250. So we have 1, 250. So our utilities auto draft on one of our credit cards that does not have a balance, but we want to keep it open for helping to build credit. So we allow some of our bills to be auto drafted off of that account, and then I pay it before the statement closes. So that's been really good to be able to do that. And we're not a month ahead on our mortgage, so we typically so today is the 20th of November, and this is half of our December mortgage, which is due on December 10th. So our next paycheck, which is December 4th, I believe, we will pay our mortgage. The only other bill we are stuffing is going to be for my husband's credit card because I don't want to pay that until December 1st so that it goes into our December bill check off and it doesn't take out during November, if that makes sense. His statement has already closed, interest has already hit. It does not make a difference whether I pay it today or I pay it in a week. So, okay, that is everything for our bills. Our bills binder is quite empty. So now let's get into the expenses. We are keeping everything pretty much the same. If you watch the cash planning video, we went through everything and we did what we would normally do, like based off of our regular income. And then I kind of did a little bit of extra sprinkled throughout, depending on what I was thinking our check would be. And when I went back through and did it, I tried not to do too much extra in my categories based off of our overtime, since these are our spending categories. And I really want, for this pay period and this paycheck, I really want to focus on our sinking funds and not our spending. And then I'm hopeful our next paycheck will also have about the same amount of overtime on it, maybe a little bit less because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Um, but for that pay period, I think I'll focus more on debt since it's the beginning of the month. And I'm almost positive that most of my trackers are going to be wrong, but I'm going to do what I can to try and keep us organized here. So we are putting 20 in baby, and that is going to give us 25.6. Baby was one that I think I had planned to put a little bit more in, but I know I have some savings challenges going with that one. Buffer, we are actually going to stuff, and we are going to stuff $40. And honestly, that's probably going to end up going right back into our bank account because when I just did the math of how much money we had left in our bank account, um, versus our like buffer account, I think I may have taken a little bit too much out of our checking account. I didn't normally I leave a cushion in there for any of our like food transactions or expenses that like my husband prefers to use a bank card versus cash, and I didn't leave very much of a cushion for his transaction, so I'll probably have to go. I'll either have to watch it very carefully, or I'm going to have to put our this buffer money back into the account. So with the addition of the 40, we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 66 in buffer. And I use this buffer to make change, replenish if I'm short somewhere, or like I said, if I kind of like a miscellaneous category for here. Costco is going to get 50. I did not go to Costco before going to the bank today because my mom wanted to come over and visit after I dropped my son off at school. So I had to pretty much come straight home. Costco has 50, 70, 90. So I wasn't able to do my little technique that I had planned to do like I did last week. So hopefully we can make that work. Credit card payback, obviously, this is only in this binder because this is where I put the money I unstuffed from these envelopes pretty much. So that's why that's in here. Eating out is going to be getting 175. Let's see, I gotta keep track of my 50s here. So let's do 1, 20, 40, 60, 60, 70. Look at the fives that I got from the bank. They're so just like, ew. Okay, so we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 75. So our eating out fluctuates anywhere between $150 and $200, depending on how much, like how many transactions my husband does with working. And with him working extra hours right now, I feel like he is doing a little bit more food spending. So to counter that, I'm trying to do less. Um, and straighten that back up now. I'm trying to do a little bit less. Gas is actually going to be getting a little bit more than what I had originally planned. I did go get gas this morning because I needed gas very much, and my gas ended up being more than I thought it would somehow. So we are actually going to be doing $90 for gas, which is 50, 70, 90. Because I've already spent $40 that I will need to put back. I'll unstuff next week. And then the 50s in there. My husband's gas is typically around $50. Grocery. Okay. Our payback for our grocery, we're doing $325. That is not the total that we spent on grocery though. I think it's a slight bit more. Where is my, oh, here it is. Let's see, if we look at my unstuffing here, we spent $308 on grocery for last pay period, which isn't bad. We typically spend around $300. I'm seeing 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 3. Do I want to use small bills? That's 3. And then let's do a 10, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? So that's 20, and then another 5. let's see. I want to make sure that when I unstuff, I don't have to like make a bunch of change. So let's make sure this is 325. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 310, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. And this will get unstuffed next week when I make my midweek payment on my um, expenses credit card that I use for all of our groceries. But what I was saying, so I'm trying to counter how much my husband is spending with me spending less. So I'm trying to do my best to not, stop and get too many coffees or, grabbing a sandwich or anything like that when I'm out and about, especially like doing my errands and everything. I'm trying to make sure I bring a drink with me. I did go ahead and buy more of I think it's is it Stoke or Stokey? I can't, or Stork. I think it's Stoke. That cold brew. I went ahead and bought one of those at the last time I went to the grocery store to help me with the iced coffee situation. Um, and I was using the like Nespresso, the espresso, the powder, and that was doing really good for a while. And then somehow it all of a sudden started not tasting well, like tasting good consistently. Um, so I need to figure that out a little bit. And then since it's colder, I am liking hot coffee first thing in the morning again. So I'm hoping between all of that, I will not stop for coffee as much and be able to counter what he's spending. And then obviously as a family, we need to cut back just a little bit, which with my husband working longer hours and every Saturday, he's pretty much, we're not eating out or we're not going to be out and about together as a family as much. So that should cut back that too. Okay, so we added $40 in health. So now it has 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4. This was one I definitely wanted to bump up a little bit, this paycheck. I think I was explaining it a little bit in the cash planning video, but I take all of our medication costs out of this envelope, and my husband and I are both on monthly medications or daily medications that we refill monthly. And then it's obviously getting into sixth season, so just in case we end up um, having like miscellaneous copay or something, I may take that out of here as well. Or if my kids need like an antibiotic or something, that's where it'll come from. Household is going to be getting $10. I cannot keep money in this envelope to save my life. I really want to get this one built up as a good buffer for when I don't want to take the cost of our household products out of our grocery budget and start separating like our cleaning and laundry type products, take those out of our grocery budget and our toiletries, all of that. I don't want that to be in our grocery budget anymore. Right now, that's kind of how it is. Um, if I don't have enough in my household envelope, then I do a payback. So I just automatically, like, I pay it back with our grocery, like I do our grocery. And it's hard. That stuff is so expensive. My husband is going to get $30 as a buffer for him. And what I will do with this is if he spends too much out of our eating out budget, then I will pull, I'll just do 240 or 220s for him. I will pull it from here. And if I don't need to pull money from here, then that will roll over into his hobby envelope, which is basically like his spending envelope. So whatever he wants to spend that money on is where that comes from. Kiddos is going to be getting oops, I'm sorry. Like I said, some of my trackers are not up to date, of course. And I'm using the wrong marker on this one. I need to redo all of my trackers. My kiddos are going to be getting their 20. And same thing, if I don't use this money for them, then it gets distributed into their specific section of my sinking funds or their savings. And not to be completely redundant, but same thing for my personal envelope. I'm putting $30 in here. And I really plan to do some shopping this for Black Friday. So I'm going to do my best not to need any of that money so that I can put it in my spending. Pet care is going to get 25. That is wrong. This is wrong. So I will leave a line so I can fix that. But because we have 5, 6, 7, 8. We have $8 in pet care. So either the math is wrong or something happened. But we are adding 25 to pet care. And I will pull a 5 and take a 10. And now it has 20, 30, 1, 2, 3. So whatever I did gave me $8. And then, what did I say? 25, 33. Yeah. And now we have 33. So I have to figure out what happened. So 24 minus 8. I must have did a separate unstuffing and just not wrote it down, which I do think I did. I think I bought my dog more food. My oldest dog is a small dog. He's a Chihuahua, and he gets wet food, and it's like $15 plus tax to get his. So that's probably what that was. Alrighty, that is all of our expenses. She is looking nice and thick. Next, we're going to go to our high priority. I'm trying to go in order here, which this is a binder we don't get to stuff very often. So here's where we get to do a little bit of extra, not as much as I originally, or not as much as I was hoping, but we're going to do it. So this envelope in the front is my savings envelope. I have not made a dashboard for it, but I am putting $100 into here. Get some of these really nice 20s back here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. So I'm putting $100 into here, and this is going to be basically like a buffer come January. So hold on, let me see. So let me take that back out. What did we have in here? We have 120, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 124 is what we are starting with. And I am adding 100. So now we should have 224. And what I mean by saving it for January is always a really hard month for us. We have 2 paychecks back to back that are shorter than what we normally have, because of vacation time, holidays, and that type of, no overtime, stuff like that. And it's always the first 2 paychecks of the year. So it'll be January 1st and January 15th, 16th, whatever that date is. And every year I try and create like a small buffer to where if we need to dip into that to help with a bill payment or our groceries or something like that, it's there to have it until we can get back on track. So that is what this envelope is right now. So 224 so far, which is great since we still have 2 paychecks. We still have 2 full paychecks that will have overtime on them before that first paycheck of January that will be short. So my goal is to put at least $100 from both of those paychecks here as well. Okay. Had to get a drink for a second. I feel like I'm being quite chatty today. Okay, so debt. This is our loan that we have through family. It's a family loan, no interest, anything like that, but we are slowly trying to pay it off. And this tracker, I made it just to be $10 a piece because most of the time I can't put but so much money into this one. But again, we are just going to do $20. And part of my setup for 2026 is going to be start a just general like debt binder or like savings challenge binder. And I'm going to make sure I start putting savings challenges towards this debt specifically. Not just our like credit card debt. Even though this debt is not like any accruing interest or anything, it's just one of those things like the people who gave us the money, they deserve to be paid back. And it's already been longer than we had initially anticipated that we'd be able to pay them back. So medical is getting 20. I think that's wrong. 50, 60, 70, 90. Yeah. So I already have 90. So at some point we added $20. It must have been, it was last paycheck, which was the 6th. Okay. And then today we were also adding 20. So now we should have 110. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. And I'm going to be making a payment very soon on something with all of that money pretty much. Property taxes is getting 40, and this bill will be due next paycheck. And I cannot remember how much it is. I have it over here, but so we're adding 40, and now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 84. I think it's a little over $100, not too bad. So we'll definitely be able to do the rest with our next paycheck. It's where that bill is when it doesn't feel as it feels nice to not have old cars or not have new cars. Okay, and that is all we're doing in this binder. And let's go to the sinking funds now. We're going to touch in here just a little bit. So Beauty is going to be getting $10. So let's just put a 10 back and take a 20. And we now have 21. I have no idea if that math is right or if my tracker was right. Says I should only have 16, but I have 21, so I must have added $5 in here at some point. So let's just say I added 15, and now we have 26. I had, no, I have 21. What did I just do? Equals $6, but I had 11 in here. Added 10 plus the 5. Okay. All right, at some point I added $5, and then today I'm adding 10, and that's giving us 21. I need to do so much better with my trackers, but most of the time I don't do them on camera, which is why they get messed up, because then I never go back and do them like I said I would. Ooh, clothing. I totally forgot about clothing. I wanted to put some in clothing. That's okay. I'll make a challenge B for clothing. Haircuts is getting 20. And my son has a haircut on Saturday, and my husband desperately needs a haircut. I just don't know when he's going to go to do it. So we have 20, 40, 55, 60, 1, 2. And what is all this math going on? So we have a 5, a 10, a 27, and a 20, 62. Perfect. So this one was up to date. It just wasn't totaled. And then, let's see, holidays. This is one that I had mentioned that I needed to start putting money back in because I bought some Christmas decor and I did not want to take it out of my actual Christmas gift budget. So we are going to put $50 in holidays, and I have a couple mini challenges that I am putting towards this to help go towards covering those decor purchases that I did. So when we do our end of the month unstuffing for our credit card, hopefully we have enough to pay that back without dipping into our Christmas envelope, which I know we have it in our Christmas envelope. I just didn't want to actually take it from there. Oh, and that's it for this binder. Now we are going to actually go to Christmas. And we are adding $40. Which should give us $460 in cash. I did move some money into here instead of doing, I had money from a few videos back when I unstuffed. I was going to be putting into our high yield savings account, but instead of doing that transfer, I just transferred money out of my Christmas bucket and spread it into the other buckets where I was going to do the deposit, and then just reused that cash in here. So I just skipped the middle steps, but we should have $460 in here. So 1, 2, 50. Oh, let's not do that. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 4, 50, 60. Okay. And I have bought my kids a couple things already. I need to do some online ordering and I need to start working on our parents. I have not bought anything for our parents yet. Okay, so here's what we have left. We should have $340 left. So let's see. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 5, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. So we have 340. From this 340, we are going to put some in savings. Did I write all that down? I'm not sure. Let's go back here to emergency because I know I said I wanted to finish this little challenge, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 is going to go in here. Okay, so this saved us $35, correct? Yes, it did. And this challenge was from Budget with Amanda. Let's just write when we completed it. And we'll put the challenge away in our little challenge for the end of the month, but we're going to keep the cash in here because we're going to mark off our bigger tracker. So we are adding 35, which we do not have a 35, but we can do a 20 and a 15. So let's do this 20 up here and a 15. Where's the 15? And this tracker is from Budgeting Mom of Girls here on YouTube. So far we have been able to add 100, which is in our high yield, 20, 40, 60, 75, 175 to our emergency fund. And I really want to add up this tracker and see if that matches. And it does. Okay, perfect. Slowly but surely. And I will need to put another challenge in here. So let me pick one out real quick. Okay, so I grabbed this little freebie that I got in an order not too long, or quite a bit ago actually. It's from Wild Everest on Etsy. I've gotten some of my scratchers from her. And we are going to make each, bigger Sharpie. We are going to make each box $5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So this one will be a little bit more, but it'll be perfect. Okay. Let's see. So let's do our unbudgeted category now. Let me move my calculator out the way, grab my dice tower. My dice tower that is forever full of stuff. And we're going to roll a 10-sided, even though, well, no, it's supposed to be a 6. Let's see how many times we're going to roll. Let's roll our 4-sided, and we got a 1. So because we rolled a 1, we're going to roll our 10-sided die, and if we get anything over 6, we will create it. And we got a 6. Okay. So we are only going to add $6 into our unbudgeted today, which is fine. I have not used this for anything yet. It's just been hanging out back here. This one is also from Budgeting Mom of Girls, and it will save 109 when you're finished. And so far we have 20, 35, 41, 2. Oh, so let's condense that. Put these back and take a 20. Okay. And this is kind of like not like a mini emergency fund, kind of. bills buffer, I'm doing another roll the dice challenge for this one as well. And this one is from Budget with Maddie. So let's do the same thing. Let's see how many times we're going to roll. 4. Okay. Well, since we did 4, we're going to pull the 6-sided. And let me use a color. Well, I'm kind of doing all pinks on this one. Well, let's grab a different color. Let's grab like that lighter pink that we were just using to try and differentiate. So we have a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 3. Okay. Which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, $13. So we're adding $13 to our unbudgeted. So we have 50, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Condense that. And this bills buffer is going to come in handy probably. I may have to dip into it in January, like I said, when we're a little short. That's what it's there for. And then these are my kids. We can leave those alone. Okay. So there's that binder. Now, let's see what we have left. $20, $40, $60, $81, $20, $40, $60, $82. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 5, 10, 15, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 314. Okay. So now I need to do, this is all left over, which is going to go into my savings challenges, my binders. But as you can see, we had a lot of 20s going on over there. So I know I have some completed challenges in here that need to get condensed. So we will do that real quick. So there is those all nice and condensed for us. And now we need to go to our minis and let's see what we're going to put in here. We're not playing. We're just going to condense and then put the money in here that I believe we're going to have. So I've already forgotten how much we had. I don't remember, 2 something. So let's do some condensing, and then I know we have some challenges we need to fill as well. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Challenge number 2 needs 1. And when I was going through this box earlier, I saw this November one, and we need to do that because it's November. So we're going to throw that one in there. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so far we're being able to get our 1s, but we're not able to put any 20s in here yet. And that's what I really want to get rid of, are the 20s. All right, number 4 also needs a challenge. What do I have going on back here? Let's see. I just grab a random one. I have my big box up here that I'm pulling from. Here's one. It's kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. It's a budget with Carly. We'll add that one in. Okay, number 5 also needs a challenge. And let's see. Doo -doo -doo. Let's just do one of mine. We'll do another little bookish ghost one from my shop. All right. 10, 15, 20. There we go. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 15. 5, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so lots of 15s going on. So we've used all of our 10s and we still have 20s. Okay. Okay, so now that's is condensed. Let's see how much. I'm going to count my ones, but I will do that off camera. Okay, so we have a total of 99 ones. So I'm going to do 50 in ones, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 100 and or 50 and 5. So we are going to put $100 into our minis. I do not think this is going to fit in here, so let's tuck the 5s and just put the 1s like this. And we will be doing a traditional mini Monday with at least 50 of that. I'm not sure how I want to split it up, but okay, now let's check out our debt binder and see if there's anything we want to do, if we can put any 20s in here. 5, 10, 15, 20. There's one. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't have any 10s, but we can take a 5. And so this was 24 ones, so now this is 25 as well. That's 50. Okay. Uh-oh. How much is this supposed to have? Oh no. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, well, it's supposed to say 45, and we have 6 and 7 left, so we should have 32. Okay. So 20, 32. Okay. Oh, almost messed that up real bad. One of my goals for 2026 is I want to start doing a scratcher debt binder as well. Oh, number 2 doesn't have anything. Number 3 doesn't have anything. We're going to be starting some new challenges. All right, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 10, 15, 20. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's just give way more 5s. So we'll take the 5. And then let's see what we have going on back here. Oh, we can pull. There we go. Another 20 from there. For there, I mean. Okay. And we can save a 20. Okay. I'll remember that. We'll save a 20 for that. Okay. So I wanted to do 50. We'll do 50 in ones, and then we're going to do 30 for the, whatchamacallit, the Friday challenge. So I know I banded those as 25, and I'm putting 50 in here, but that's okay. So this should fit fine, just like this. Because I'm doing less in this binder because, like I said, this pay period, I want to focus on our savings and sinking funds a little bit more. This binder is our big core savings binder. I just realized I never put these challenges back. That's okay. Let's see if we can do any condensing in here, but we're kind of running out of money to condense. So yeah, look at that. Okay. 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's our last 20. This binder may look a little different when we come back to it for our Sunday savings next week, because I don't know. I'll see if I'm able to move things around. But I'm really wanting to do more scratch offs. So, like I said, I plan to do some shopping for Black Friday, take advantage of some of the shops that I know that I've been watching, see if they do any Black Friday sales, and try and take advantage of some of those. I'm still always taking suggestions for any new shops, or especially if they do scratch off challenges. I'm finding not as many shops are doing the scratch off challenges, which I love the scratch off challenges. So I'm not sure. That's why I have so many of the same like people in my binders. Okay, not much condensing needed to be done there. So let's see what all of this is. I typically like to put about $100 in here. So let's see what we have left. We have 10, 20, 35, 45, 50. There's 50. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So there's 100. Then 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20, 34. 134 is what we have. So this is what we're going to put for savings challenges. So I'm going to put this in my little bank bag. I've actually ordered some of these to start putting in my shop because I love them and I wanted more for myself. They are just not in yet. I'm going to put that in here because I'm going to split that between this binder as well as my little small binder that has my A6, my small scratch offs in it. But what I think I want to do is I'm going to make my core savings. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I'm going to make my core savings into, I think, a separate like mini binder. I'm going to use my mini challenges for my core savings now. And instead of pulling that money at the end of the month, I'm just going to add them as I complete them. And then this binder is going to become my savings challenge binder. So I have room for any size scratch off. Because like right now, if you look at this one, I have these two that they're a little big. And like this one's getting bent because it's not laminated. But I just want to make sure that I have the capability of doing any size scratch off in my savings challenges. So I'm going to switch these two binders as soon as I can make some smaller dashboards. And then I'm also going to be adding in 2 new binders for next year as well. So that is going to be exciting as soon as, like I said, as soon as I have a second to sit down and actually do it. Okay, so we did it. We got through all of that. That was a lot more than it normally is. Plus we did some condensing as well. So if you're still here, thank you so much. I love you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for all the support and being on this journey. I think we're slowly creeping up to almost 300 subscribers, which is amazing. I would love to make it to 500 before the end of the year, if possible. I know that's quite a big ask, but I would absolutely love if we hit that milestone. I do plan to do a 500 subscriber giveaway. So like I said, subscribe if you're not. I post very regularly, almost every other day, if not every 2 days. And please leave me a comment below. You will be seeing this video, I believe, over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. So coming up on the Thanksgiving holiday. So I hope you have, I'll be back again in a video before Thanksgiving for our mini Monday. But from there, everything's going to get a little splotchy depending on when I have time to film because of the holiday. So if I don't make too many videos next week, that's why. But thank you so much for being here. Subscribe, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.